Welcome back to A to Z of Purpose and Leadership. Today's word is breakthrough, one of my favorites because often it's misunderstood. A breakthrough isn't when your circumstance changes, it's when your perspective shifts. Think of a seed underground. To the outside world, it looks like nothing is happening. Hidden in the soil, invisible to everyone, that pressure builds. Then one day, the shell cracks. That crack isn't the end, it's the beginning of new life. In the same way, our breakthroughs often feel like breakdowns at first. I can tell you this from experience. When clients would constantly say no, or when my bank account dipped, when I had a vision that seemed bigger than my capacity, I thought I was failing. But looking back, all those cracks were the exact pressure that I needed to birth a new version of me. So let's break this down into three truths about breakthroughs that can change the way you see your challenges. Lesson one: breakdowns birth breakthroughs. Here's the reframe: pressure isn't punishment, it's the preparation. The job loss, the failure launch, unanswered calls or emails. Each breakdown cracks open what no longer serves you. A study found that people who experience moderate levels of adversity actually developed greater resilience, creativity, and problem solving skills than those who faced none at all. In other words, some pressure is necessary for growth. History gives us countless examples. Think of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in a prison. To the world, it looked like a breakdown, end of his influence, his movement, his future. But that prison cell became the soil for his greatest breakthrough. He emerged not bitter, but bold, not broken, but unshakable. That crack in his life didn't end his story. It prepared him to lead South Africa to freedom. Breakdowns birth breakthroughs. When you stop resisting the breakdown, you make room for the breakthrough. Lesson two is breakthroughs require courage. Here's the hard truth: you can't tiptoe into transformation. You must step boldly. Breakthroughs always involve risk. That scary conversation you've been avoiding, that bold investment you're afraid to make, that offer you're terrified to launch at the 10x price, those thresholds are the breakthrough. Courage doesn't remove fear, it carries you through. Think about Rosa Parks. On December 1st, 1955, she was tired. She's tired after a long day's work and could have chosen comfort. She could have stayed quiet, but she said one word: no. That one act of courage sparked a movement. Her breakthrough wasn't a grand speech or high position of power. It was one courageous moment of resistance, and it changed history. Your breakthrough also requires courage. It will feel uncomfortable, but that's the point. If it doesn't scare you at least a little, it's not a breakthrough. It's just a step. And the third lesson is number three: celebrate the shift. Here's where most of us miss. We just rush past our breakthroughs. We move so fast into the next challenge that we forget to mark that moment. But celebration isn't fluff, it's strategy. Celebration anchors your own belief. When you journal about your breakthroughs, you pause for that moment of gratitude. When you share it with someone else, you aren't just celebrating, you're programming your brain to remember transformation is possible again. When we have a huge celebration, instead of celebrating, sometimes we start thinking, how do I get the next accomplishment? And instead, what we need to do is breathe, celebrate the moment, and anchor it because this is the proof that you can do it again. So here's your breakthrough reflection for today. Let's take out a piece of paper and write down your last breakthrough moment. What cracked? What did you gain? And what courage did it take? So, the question number one, I want you to ask yourself is what cracked? Number two is what did you gain from that? And number three, what courage inside you did it take? Now, circle one area of your life that feels like you're in a breakdown. Maybe it's finances, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's your business growth. And ask yourself, what breakthrough might be waiting inside this crack? Because often the crack isn't the end, it's the invitation. A breakthrough is a simple story of where you were ending, of who you were ending, and the story of who you are becoming. So don't fear the crack, don't resist the pressure, don't run from the discomfort. That's the proof that you're growing. And remember, breakdowns birth breakthroughs. Breakthroughs require courage, and breakthroughs deserve celebration. The next time you feel that pressure building, ask yourself, am I being punished or am I being prepared? Chances are your greatest breakthroughs are closer than you think. Thank you for joining me today. If this inspired you, share it with a friend who might be standing on the edge of their own breakthrough. And join me in the next time as we share and continue the A to Z journey through purpose and leadership.